up, y'all? It's your girl KDiani, and today I have a very exciting video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I highlight, whether it's bundles, wig, just hair in general. If you guys didn't check out my video on how I remove glue off of my lace, this is the wig that I use. You know, I blow dried her, flat ironed her. I even gave her a little nice haircut. You know what I'm saying? You know, revamped her up a little bit. And now today we're going to put in some highlights. So what you're going to need is a pair of gloves, because you know the bleach can burn your skin. It irritates it. So I'm going to be using this bleach. This is by Wella. It's the color Charm. So we're going to be using this. And the Claro Professionals Pure White 20 Volume Developer. Now, depending on the type of color that you're going for your hair, depends on the developer that you use. Now, if you use 20 Volume Developer, you know, you're gonna go up like 1 to 2 shades. If you use a 30 Volume Developer, you can go up to 2 to 3 shades. 40, you can go up to 4 to 5 shades, because you know 40, the higher the volume developer, the higher the volume of the developer, the harsher it is to the hair, and the faster it is to lift the hair as well. So we're going to be using 20 volume because this is virgin hair and we want to preserve the integrity of the hair. You always want to keep in mind of the integrity of the hair, and basically that is, you know, just making sure that it stays intact and in place, you know, nothing falling out and everything. Also, depending on the developer that you use, it lets you know how long that bleach, how long that bleach should be sitting in your hair. So if you're using a 20 volume developer, it can sit in there for 30 minutes. The higher the volume that you use, the less time it sits on the hair, because remember, it's like a catalyst. It works really fast the higher the developer that you use. So then you're going to need foil. This is just regular kitchen foil. I cut them into little squares, because usually the foil that you purchase at like the hair store, they come in like long rectangular shapes, but since her hair is short, I just cut them into squares. And I have, before anyone asks me, so I basically have 30 pieces of foil. And you're going to need a mixing bowl, a brush of course, and also a rat tail comb. I personally prefer the ones with the metal part because we are going to be weaving. So I'm going to show you guys how to weave. And also I have a scale. I'm never accurate with my measurements when I do highlights, but since I am going to be showing you guys, I want it to be accurate. When you're doing bleach and developer, it is a 1 to 2 ratio, meaning 30 grams of powder and 60 grams of developer. At least that's what I remember from school, if I didn't already forget. So I have a towel on the floor because it can get messy. And you're also going to need clips, but I kind of ran out of clips, or I just don't know where are my clips. So I'm going to try to use bobby pins. Alright, so I kind of don't know what type of look I'm going for, but we're going to figure it out. So I'm just going to split the hair basically ear to ear. So we clipped it away basically. You know, this is the front section. There's 2 sections, this section and this section, but we're going to focus on the back section for right now. And you want to go ahead and part that section as well. So we're going to kind of like make a diamond shape in, well, not a diamond, triangle shape in the back. Okay, So you should have 1 section, 2 sections, 3 sections, 4 sections, 5 sections. So this section is what we're gonna work on first. And let's go ahead and put our gloves on. And we're gonna start highlighting. You're gonna zero it out because you don't want to weigh the bow. You just want to weigh it at 0. You're only going to want to weigh the powder. And usually it comes with a scoop, whatever powder you do purchase, but 1 scoop should be 30 grams. That's 20. All right, that's 30 grams. And then like I said, it's a 1-to-2 ratio. So you want to do 30 grams powder, 60 grams of developer. Okay, so that's 90. 30 plus 60, 90. And then you're just going to mix it in the bowl. Alright, so now we're gonna actually get into the fun part, highlighting. Okay, so like I said, rat tail comb. And basically we're gonna start at the bottom and then clip this away. Make sure you guys have clips, unlike me, because if not, you're gonna be struggling if the hair is short. So you're going to get like a thin section. You never want your sections to be too thick. And to weave, the more weaves, the finer the highlights. The less weaves that you do, the thicker the length or the width of the highlight. So if I were to go 1, 2, 3, this is how thick that highlight would be. And you don't want your highlight to be this thick, depending on the type of look that you're going for. I'm going for more like a finer type of look, so I'm going to do about 10 to 12 weaves. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then this is basically what I'm going to be highlighting. So you go ahead, grab your foil. Sometimes I put a little bit on there so that the hair can stick already, like so. And then I just start highlighting. And you don't want to go too much touching the top part of the foil, because if not, that's how you get bleeders. And you don't want bleeders because then it's going to seep into the person's hair or onto your lace. And then you're going to have like over bleached knots, and you don't want that. So, you know, just make sure everything's like evenly coated. And then you're going to go like this. To close it, you just put that in there. Boom. However you want to fold it. Sometimes I do whatever. And boom, that's your first foil. Okay. So now, I'm going to probably do a variation of fine, fine, and medium. Meaning I'm going to, this was considered a fine weave, which like I said is 10 to 12 weaves. And then the medium is going to be like 6 to 8. So I'm going to do 2 fine and then 1 medium, and that's the pattern that I'm going to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Another technique you can use is put the foil, put the rat tail comb in the foil, and then place this here so you can get you can get closer to the root. And then you just go ahead, press it down, and there you go. And still the same thing, just don't go too high up because you don't want any bleeders. I'm going to show you guys the medium. And basically this is a medium. It's 1, 2, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the thickness of the medium. It is a bit thicker than the fine, as you can see. You'll see better once I apply the bleach onto the hair. So as you can see, this is what a medium weave looks like. Typically the fine and the mediums are my go-tos for how I want my highlights to look. I personally don't like my highlights to be too thick. That is not my type of style. I'm going to go back into doing fine. So I'm going to show you guys the fine one more time. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest. And I'll show you guys how I'm going to do the front. So for a fine, remember it's 10 to 12. And you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this is a fine. So this is fine. Like you can tell that the pieces are way thinner than a medium. And that's basically it. So we got fine, fine, medium, fine, then we're gonna do another fine and then medium. And that's just the process, or let's say the combination that I'm going to be doing for my highlights, and it's going to be the same throughout the whole head. So I'm going to go ahead and finish, and once I get to the triangle, I'll show you guys how to do, where is the triangle? The triangle's right here. So once I get to this part, I'll show you guys the triangle. Okay, so I basically finished the back already. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on each side, and I went ahead and added 3 in the center right here. And then now we're going to get into working on this triangle section here. Okay, so to work on this triangle here, it's basically going to be the same steps, except sometimes you might have to bust it in 2.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because the section is so big.
You can come to my section in the club.
So then what you're going to do is you're going to create one section, create one little triangle, just go straight across. Clip up the hair. Okay. And then this piece is going to be fine. Once we finish doing this section, we're going to bust this triangle in half and we're going to go in diagonal. So before we do that, let's go ahead and check out how the highlights are lifting. So this one was probably done like 7-10 minutes ago, and it's lifting pretty well already. So once I finish this section, I might go ahead and take them out, only because I don't want it to lift too much, but it is lifting well. So now we're going to go ahead and do a fine weave on this section that I took out. Okay. So that's the section of the triangle, and then like I said, we're going to go ahead and bust it down the middle. And now we're going to go, you can see that it creates like a diagonal, so we're going to go in diagonal sections now. And basically how I do my highlights is kind of like a puzzle to me. Like my sections, I just connect them so everything can look nice. So this piece here, since this is fine, and this is fine, we're going to go ahead and do another fine, and then the next one will be a medium. So now I'm going to go ahead and do another fine, and after I do this one, I'm going to do another fine, and there should be like a small triangle section left over, and we're going to leave that alone because then we're going to create another small triangle, and then we're going to go straight up. And the reason why I did that is because we want to get the sections as small as possible so that we run out of space on the foil. You want your hair and your sections to be kind of the same width and size of your section. Alright, so before I get into doing this little triangle, I'm going to go ahead and take these foils out. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys this side section. In the front area, you want to go ahead and do a diagonal section because we're going to go up diagonally. Okay, so I just finished this whole side of the head. Now I'm going to go ahead and I split that whole big section in two. So now there's a section here and this section in the middle. I'm basically going to do the same thing I did on this side to this side, all the way up in diagonal sections, and this one I'm going to go straight back. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this section, and then we'll get into this one. Alright y'all, so I finished the whole mohawk section, and this section, and this section. But this section I'm going to go ahead and take it out because they're ready. They're going to sit for like 20 minutes in the foils, and then I'm going to wash her out. When I come back, you guys are going to see what she looks like while she's wet. And then I'm going to get into toning. Alright y'all, so I finished highlighting and I washed it out with shampoo. And this is basically what it looks like, you know, not too many highlights, very subtle and blended. Of course it'll look different once it's dried and also toned, because there is a couple brassy pieces in here, but I want everything to look even and well blended. So I am going to tone it, but that's going to be a separate video. So if you guys would like an in-depth and detailed video on how I tone, give this video a thumbs up, and I will go into detail, because on my video where I did highlights on bundles, I had a lot of questions about toning, so I would like to get into detail about that to help anyone that's confused about it or just needs help with it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and most of all, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notification bell so that you're notified when I upload a new video. When I upload how to tone, make sure you guys hit that notification bell and turn it on. And until next time, mucho besitos.